Never enough, Toastmaster Ali Al-Faraj.
Do you own your belongings? Or do your belongings own you? Do you have trouble throwing stuff out? Afraid to let go of that old empty CD case just in case you might need it again? Or worse, perhaps that cassette player might come in handy again one day. If this describes you, then you could be suffering from hoarding. Contest chair, honorable judges, and friends. Hoarding is an illness that occurs when people keep stuff they don't need because of attachments to their past. This is my great-great-grandfather's toothbrush. Or because they're nervous about going without in the future. What if I ran out of money? What if they stopped designing those watches? What if McDonald's stopped selling Happy Meals? If you entered my bedroom, you would think that you have entered the cave of Ali Baba. The only difference is that Ali Baba's was a perfumed place of gold and diamond, where mine is a dusty, musty den of old office furniture, hundreds of unread books, and sometimes 2 copies of the same book, just in case I lose one. And my old, rusty jeans. I'll wear it again when I lose some weight. Hoarding is supposed to make people feel calm, but it leads to more mess, more chaos, more confusion. So how damaging is hoarding? Imagine having a hoarding issue so massive that it took over your life. That's what happened to Jesse Gaston and his wife Thelma, who were massive hoarders. In May 2010, neighbors called the police after not seeing the couple for 3 weeks. And when firefighters made a forced entry into their house, they found the couple trapped alive amongst rotting food, piles of newspapers, and mountains of trash. This was the result of a decade of hoarding. This makes you think, do I really need all of these belongings? You can actually live off far less than you think and be happier for the experience. You don't need that empty CD case, nor that cassette player, but also think before your next purchase. Do I really need to buy that extra pair of shoes? Do I really need the latest smartphone? Do I really need to buy 2 microwaves to get a free frozen chicken? That is physical hoarding. However, there's another type of hoarding. It is right here. Emotional hoarding. Emotional hoarding appears when we refuse to throw away unwanted and unnecessary emotions. Just like physical hoarding, emotional hoarding can trap us too, but with more significant consequences. I remember times where people upset and hurt me. Once my dad was so angry with me for quitting my job and wanting to become a public speaker that he didn't speak with me for almost 2 years. I could physically feel the tension in the air when we were in the same room. In silence, I hoarded the pain and anger, and my father did the same. A year later, I found my dad shaking with seizure. I believed he was dying, so I rushed him to hospital, praying for his recovery. I paced in the waiting room. Seconds seemed like hours. I was scared that I would never have a chance to speak to him again. That I would never have a chance to say how much I loved him. My father survived, but was left partially paralyzed. From these dark days came a moment of transformation. The anger Dad and I had for each other dissolved. And with a feeble voice, he again spoke to me. We hoarded our hidden pain no more. We once again spoke to each other like father and son. We should not let such experiences burden our hearts and heads, experiences that threaten to trap us. The French philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau wrote that man is born free, and everywhere he is in chains. Why do we chain ourselves? Why do we burden ourselves? Why wait until we are forced to let go of negative experiences? We should take control of our lives, focus on the positive experiences, and not be burdened by those heavy, cold chains of negativity that rattle when we move. Break those shackles and stride forth, free from physical burdens, free from emotional burdens. Take control of your past, and don't let your past take control of you. Are you tired of being chained by unwanted and unnecessary belongings and emotions? Emotional hoarding brings no benefits, but only baggage and burdens. Remove your emotional baggage. Throw away those burdens weighing you down. Lighten your load and experience the freedom that it brings. A freedom where you can look to the future without being chained to the past.